Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Grain Gauntlet. This comes right after the USDA finally gave us a supply and demand report, the November report that came out on Friday. Pretty much every question is related to what that report gave us and what we think is going to happen going forward. So let's get to 5 questions. These are from clients, and we got one from a prospect as well. You ready to go?
Yep, I'm a little goofy today, so watch out.
All right, sounds good. Those are the best ones. All right, first question. Did the WASDE report change your marketing plan for corn?
Yes and no. We were well prepared, having a hedge position on or buyback position on that actually had a really nice floor, and the further down it goes, the better that floor gets, where we can turn it into even a better buyback if we drop 20 cents. So in the hedge account, I'm not doing anything right now. We'll see what the funds do, if they come in and buy this thing, or if China comes in and buys it, or whatever happens. As far as on cash, we already got 75% sold, way above what the USDA is saying the average cash price is for corn, which is $4. On beans, well, only 50% sold, and that report was kind of bullish at 290 million bushels. So we still got 50% of beans to sell, which is significantly under where we normally are. And we have a buyback in place. So don't need to do anything different with beans. So really it hasn't changed much. Just might have to wait a little bit longer and get a rally that may not go quite as high in corn as we expected, but maybe we can get it for a better price.
Okay, sounds good. Next question here says, will the USDA cut corn yield later, and if so, where do you think they will land?
That would be a crystal ball question, and I bring those up because that's what we're so used to doing in this field. Experts having a crystal ball, but I don't have a crystal ball. My expectation is that they've been pretty stubborn the last 2 supply and demand reports, or all the reports we've been hearing, that if they do lower yield, it's not going to be to the satisfaction of U.S. farmers, okay? Maybe a couple more bushels, maybe we'll hit a big surprise, nobody knows. That's why if you market your crop based on just outlook, you will fail. It guaranteed. You have to use probability. Probability of us having a dollar range is very high in corn. In beans, $2, although the last year and a half it's been $1.02, but to have that kind of range is pretty normal. So we look at that normal range and say, hey, we'll probably get up to $4.75, $12 in beans, and we'll have opportunities to sell with you guys making some profit.
Okay, quick note idea. So this surprised me. I didn't recall this, but last November, they took us down 0.7 of a bushel. Exactly what they did this November. Last January, they took us down almost nearly another 4. Yeah. So it wouldn't be surprising to see that. If they did that, they would take us down to 182.
Right. And if you got my ASB, you should read it because they talk about corn yield going down to 181.
I think that's very.
But they have like 6.1 billion bushels in feed. They cut 200 million bushels off of that. We're still pretty high in ending stocks. So, but we don't have to have good fundamentals to rally. We just need the funds to put some money into the buy side.
All right, sounds good. Third question here says, any change to your outlook for soybeans following USDA report?
No, actually, we reaffirmed what we're doing with soybeans. We're only 50% sold, as you know, and that 290 million bushel ending stock with a yield of 53, which, you know, again, if they're gonna do anything with yield, they'll probably lower it a little bit. That's pretty doggone tight. And so with La Nina, South America has dry spots. There's some issues. I think we get at least at $12. That's what we've been saying for the last 3 or 4 months. I still think that is more than likely, high probability. And then we'll start making some more sales. We're behind on normal pace, so that will be good.
Okay. Fourth question here, where is Chinese demand?
Where is it? I don't know. Well, they have bought almost 1 million metric tons, and they're supposed to buy it by the end of the year 12 million. So they have bought some since the Trump deal. We'll see when they start picking up things. Typically, South America starts running out of all these extra bushels to export, they're talking about Argentina having to import bushels from Brazil. So, I mean, it's starting to get tight down there. I think they'd come and give us a Santa Claus gift with some really good export overs in December.
Okay. 2 quick notes on that. So, following Friday's report, so over the past weekend, more reaffirmation from the Trump administration and Trump themselves that China will be buying soon. And then the other one, which I know I shared with you, as everybody saw the report and was really disappointed not to see in those flash sales, that what I found interesting was that the USDA were running 40% behind on demand this year for soybeans. The USDA has been projecting only a loss of 10%. They did update that, but they only bumped it up to 13% below last year. To me, that says they still expect somebody to buy a lot of soybeans from us.
Yep. And I think it's inevitable. China cannot get all their beans. That's why they made the deal with Trump. They can't get all their beans without pushing their price in South America to ridiculous levels. So they're going to buy some of them us. They're going to buy the best price they can. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a big couple of splashers.
And government purchases out of China, not necessarily private ones, but government purchases, they have shown the willingness to pay more just to appease us.
Yes.
You see. All right, final question from a prospect. I took this one myself. The prospect says, I think I need to start getting more aggressive with forward sales. When do you think you'll make your first sales for next year's crop?
Good question. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and we like to have something. So beans, I would expect that to come first, somewhere between now and first of the year, potentially. Corn could probably be a more aggressive, bigger sale. When we get our next rally, maybe that rally's pushed back to the new year, after the January report. I could see us going from 0 to 30-40% sold in February.
Right. Last year we made our first sales in February, and I think that would probably be around the latest we'd make our next sales here, perhaps a little sooner.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's all for this week. Thanks again, everyone, for the questions. If you would like to have a question answered on this program, go ahead and email it to adminstaff@hedge-plus.com, and let's keep these prices going higher.
Yep. And the report was a bummer, but we'll get through it. Have a great week.
Thank you.